Cool kid. Hey, what's going on? So we're going to do another silver coin around the world. Yeah, can you believe that? Isn't that crazy? Yeah, silver coins around the world is what we do. And I want you guys to really explore the space and enjoy today's adventure. We're going back to Africa once again because, well, there's a lot of countries in Africa. And this one is actually one of the more rare and exciting ones. And I have to cover up somebody's address to show this one to you. So these were issued by the UN, but they are official issues of all the nations that agreed to join in. These are in sterling silver. It is a proof metal. And so this isn't silver coins around the world, but it is silver exnomia around the world. And I remember in Liechtenstein, I also had to use a metal. Not because I couldn't get a coin from Liechtenstein, whereas in this case I could not get a coin from Comoros because any coins from Comoros are just extremely rare, hard to find, or non-existent. And this is an official issue, and it actually says right here, I hereby certify the cover being stamped issued by the Comoro Islands and postmarked in that country, and that is the key. So this is an official issue, and that makes it count for my silver coins and exnomia around the world. Until I get a hold of one of these really cool coins. There is one old 1800s coin from this country that's in silver, but you can't get one for less than $600. If I ever run into one, I'll gladly make it part of the collection, but I'm not going to spend $600. Hell, $150 is the most I've spent. Thanks, Nigeria. And had I understood that British East Africa included Nigeria, I would have never bought this coin. 174. So there you go, $175. Another one, a bad one, was Azerbaijan. Oh my goodness. I spent $110 on this ugly coin. But alas, it's what you do to complete a silver coins around the world collection. Sometimes, sometimes you spend $45 on an ugly coin like this, to get Benin out of the way, right? Stuff like that. So this luckily was only $14 and some change. Here's some information on it. An archipelago so we're not even going to go to the computer today, guys. This is going to be short and sweet. An archipelago off the east coast of Africa. Now, this is information from 1977, so it's a little outdated. And that's okay. So it comes in a little sleeve like this, and ideally you would have, all these medals in your little collection. And these were issued the year I was born, actually, a little bit after I was born, because it's in November. Anyway, moving right along. The Comoro Islands are, I hope I'm saying that right, located near the border between Mozambique and Tanzania. Once the domain of Muslim sultans, the islands were ruled by France for over a century as a self-governing territory of France. The Comoro Islands gained complete independence on July 6, 1975, and were admitted to the United Nations on November 12, 1975. About 300,000 people, the majority of them Muslim, inhabit the island. The combined land area of which covers 838 square miles. Agriculture is the chief means of livelihood, and the production of coconut, sugar, sisal, perfume plants, spices, and vanilla is important to the island's economy. The Comoros Islands have an uncommon beauty that is just beginning to attract the tourist trade. One of the most spectacular spectacular attractions is Kartala, an active volcano on Grand Comore, the largest of the 4 main islands. Black lava ringed by white coral beaches contrasts with the lush tropical forest rich in mahogany, ebony, and palisander. Guys, it makes me want to go there, but let's be accurate. Let's go look at that. That's 1977. Let's see what they're saying about the place now. Ooh. Look at that. Ooh, little snippets of paradise. Yeah. Let's check it out. Ooh. Yeah, there's their flag. Kind of looks like the Maldives a little bit, doesn't it? Ooh. Officially the Union of Comoros. That's the name of this nation. Comoros? I don't know. I'm just going to go with it. Comorian. Najazija. Yeah. Union de Comoros? So, let's go. The largest city is Moroni. And that ain't no baloney. Don't be a phony. Jabroni. Okay, anyway, I gotta quit. Sunni Islam, that's the #1 branch found on the island. They got their independence, as we spoke of earlier, in 1975. Yeah, it's entirely in the southern hemisphere, where all the cool kids play. Oh yeah, my dear. Ooh, they speak Shikori, French, and Arabic. What a fun combination. So, straight down to the economic, after we do a little look-see. So as you saw earlier, European and French colonization. We kind of talked about that, but there's a medieval section here that we didn't get into. The Islamic prophet Muhammad had died. Yeah. But he had dispatched an emissary. And that carried the word till Vasco da Gama's old ass snuck right up in there in 1503. You heard? And what did his colonial self do? Well, he colonized. Like a Portuguese would do. Woohoo. And then colonial stuff happened and blah, blah, blah. Independence, people ran, and life was grand. Oh, yeah. Perfect government in Moroni. Oh, they got a legal system. It's based on Sharia. What an idea. Oh, yeah. The judiciary is independent of the legislative and executive. Sounds kind of like the U.S. With an Islamic twist. Now I'm, well, jazzed. Foreign relations with other nations. Oh, look at that. The immigrant rate, that means they're leaving. Immigration with an E is 21.2% in 2000. So that means they're educating them and they're leaving the country. Man, what a glowing endorsement. Here's the economics, guys, because that's what you're here for. The level of poverty in Comoros is high, but judging by the international poverty threshold of $1.9 per person per day, only 2 out of every 10 could be classified as poor, a rate that places Comoros ahead of other low-income countries and 30 percentage points ahead of countries in sub-Saharan Africa. Poverty declined by 10% between 2014 and 2018, and the living conditions generally improved. Economic inequality remains widespread, with a major gap between rural and urban areas. Remittances through the sizable Comorian diaspora from a substantial part of the country's GDP and have contributed to decreases in the poverty and increases in living standards. According to the ILO Stats statistic database, between 1991 and 2019, the United unemployment rate as a percent of the labor force ranged from 4.38 to 4.3%. And October 2005 papers by the Comoros Ministry of Planning and Regional Development, however, reported the registered unemployment rate of 14.3%, distributed very unevenly among and within the island, but with marked incidence in urban areas. Marked indeed. Guys, more than 56% of the labor force was employed in agriculture and 29% in industry. The island's agriculture sector is based on the export of spices. We talked about that earlier. We have fun things like vanilla, cinnamon, clove. Oh, don't you know? Commodity markets, well, these are goods. The Comoros is the world's largest producer of ylang, a plant whose extract essential oils used in the perfume industry. Some 80% of the world's supply comes from this island, a chain of islands, archipelago, if you will. High population density, as much as 1,000 per square kilometer, is the densest agricultural zones, and that is still a mostly rural agricultural economy, may lead to environmental crisis in the near future, especially considering the high rate of population growth. Could because, they ain't gonna have no birth control, yo. And these declines are explained by factors including decline in investment, drops in consumption, rising inflation, and increase in trade turbulence due to part lower cash crop prices, especially vanilla. Fiscal policy is constrained by erratic fiscal revenues, a bloated civil service wage bill, I wonder what caused that, and an external debt that is far above the HIPC threshold. Membership in the franc zone and main anchor stability has nevertheless helped contain pressure of domestic prices. The Comoros has inadequate transport systems, a young and rapidly increasing population, and few natural resources. Low education level of the labor force contributes to substantive level of economic activity, high unemployment, and heavy dependence on foreign grants and technical assistance. Agricultural contributes 40% to GDP and provides most exports. The government is struggling to update education and technical training to privatize commercial industrial enterprises to improve health services, diversify exports, and promote tourism, and to reduce the high population growth rate. The Comoros is a member of the Organization for Harmonization in Business Law in Africa. There we go. Listen up, guys. Comoros or Comores or Comores, I don't know. Let's eat some s'mores. Guys, I'll catch you on the flip side. If you can't find all the collectibles of your dreams while you're awake, don't blame me, because I'm literally showing them to you guys. Take care, and remember, there are silver coins and medals all around the world, and they could be yours if you just go out there and get them.